This is the judge and jury of music, aka Queen Millennial. Okay, now we're here to talk about the dreaded AI situation, but not just the AI situation by itself. The fact that Timberland is using this AI to create his own artist that's not real. And this is not a new thing. They in the music industry have tried this before. We kind of been dealing with inklings of this for years. The most recent thing we know is that the guy they created with the dreads and that was a whole debacle with the whole fiasco. We're not going to get into that. What we're here to talk about Timberland's AI takeover. Okay. Now, I personally have been following Timberland since the beginning of his public career of being successful in a public eye in like the early to mid 90s, particularly with Aaliyah being the first sign. Because like I said, I'm the millennial, right? So I was there from the beginning of that career to where it is now for what has been we get out to the public, and when it's been able to get out to the public, and Timberland's beats, are just incredibly out of this world. And as an artist myself, with the ear that I have, like a P Diddy, but not P Diddy, if you get what I'm saying, pause. I just have that ear for like music, and his beats were just ahead of the time. Just absolutely creative down to the bone. There was nothing that Timberland produced that I've heard from a beat that made it to the radio on his albums that I did not like. That's how good of a producer he is. Excuse me. That's how good of a producer that he is. Okay? But before we get to the meat and potatoes of Timberland even creating this artist, he's calling Tata, okay? An announcement, and then the word as usual. All right, I'm going to say this again. I've been looking at my analytics, and my returning viewers, they're getting higher. They're now going up to like the 150s, right? And so I'm looking at a lot of my videos, right? And I'm still seeing flat lines. No actions taken, no likes, no nothing, just flat line. A lot of y'all just watching the music, the video, but y'all are returning for more. I want to thank you for that, for watching the video. Now, I appreciate that. Me, okay? But YouTube does not care or appreciate it at all. Because to YouTube, you're a lurker. To the AI they programmed, which is very sophisticated, you're a lurker. And the AI goes, okay, this person seemed to be the right person to serve this to, right? This person seemed to be interested. They stayed for 75, 50% of the video. But they did not take an action. What's going on? And it's counting all of you. 50 people were here, 50, 60, but nobody took any action at all. So the AI goes, well, this is not really that important. No conversations are going on, no likes, nothing, not even a dislike. So I'm not going to push it out anymore. I might do a little but whatever. So it doesn't work as hard as it needs to, because nobody's telling it whether they're not telling it anything. They're not engaging. That's all it wants. It doesn't care if it's even a thumbs down. It just wants its engagement. And so with no engagement, it's basically the real thumbs down, right? And so if you really like the content, you want to at least engage, even if it's just hitting the like button. You don't have to comment if you're too busy. A lot of us are busy. A lot of us are multitasking. I get it. I'm him. Okay? Right? I do so many things. I'm watching YouTube videos in the background while I'm doing my other stuff on the computer as well, editing videos and all this other stuff, administrative stuff, right? But all that to say is that engagement is key on here for people that you want to keep seeing and want to keep showing up. See, a lot of people get discouraged and they leave. But I'm somebody who's much wiser, much smarter at this time in my life, right? And so because I know how this game works, I'm telling you that engagement needs to be the name of the game. So even if you just press a like, if on your way out, at least hit the like before you actually leave. That's going to do wonders for any creator that you really like and want to support. If you're coming back, you might as well put subscribe to. It's easy, it's quick. Hit them both, be gone, right? Quick, simple, easy, doesn't cost you nothing, but does everything for that person taking their time and energy, taking their time and energy to create this content for you. So with that being said, the next phase of this, of course, is usually, obviously, a word. Man, this is the last time I'm actually going to address the last job that crossed me and let me go. The Wynn Las Vegas. I just want to say, after I was let go like that, I tried to ration. I tried to figure out but I haven't really jumped back full-fledged into like the looking pool. I've been putting applications. There's an interview here and there. There's not too much going on. The Wynn Las Vegas, okay, on the Strip. And it was only been 3 months. A lot to learn. Student, I was promised this and that just to get cut down. But that's corporate America, I guess. So, and things are crazy these days for all of us. So, I've been having a good time just content creating since the layoff. I've been having a good time practicing my vocals. I've been having a good time just being an artist. Even though I'm not getting paid for anything. Having a good time. It's like my spirit and my soul is filled up. And there's not some cockamamie demon in the way, aka the 9-to-5 job that I don't care for. And I took a look at my bank account and I said, we're not going to move fast. I said, my bank account says you got FU money. Okay? You got FU money because you was moving smart. Right? So I had FU money. And I didn't have to scramble to find the next job immediately. It's been probably like a week and a half, and I'm still money in the bank short of what you drank, okay? So it really was their loss because they lost a great person that could have been a great talent had they let me continue to go and to learn and whatever. You know, I had some people in my corner, but that's all right, you know? It's just what it is. So my whole thing is that I'm going to call the people out by name, the real names. And I'm going to say this, and this will be the last time I address the Wynn Las Vegas. Okay. Jamie Lynn Bianchi, you are a witch. You are a beep. And I hope the rest of your days on earth truly are miserable. I hope that you continue to get sicknesses that will ravage your whole entire life. I hope your family falls apart. You are absolutely a wicked witch of the West. Miss, what's her name? Cheeky Rose. You are absolutely a two-faced beep. And you deserve to burn. Miss Cheeky Rose. May the rest of your old days be filled with nothing but depression, sadness, miserable, sickness. May the job that you guys are working right now that nobody really wants drive you absolutely crazy in your final days. While I'm sitting over here literally living my best mother effing life. You see, I'm not worried because the universe has got me. Okay? The universe has got me. Now, y'all will pay for y'all treasons. Thank you for allowing me to get all the money I need to put a middle finger up to you and say, you, okay? You're the one that's screwed, not me. And that's all I'll say. That's my final word on the Win Las Vegas. And to all the two-faced co-worker employees, you can suffer the same fate as them. This is It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Now, I'm Worklina, the workhorse. And on this show, we talk about popular music and popular artists from today, yesterday, and beyond. Now, today, we are talking about Timbaland's AI Takeover and this artist he's creating called Tata, who supposedly is going to revolutionize his business in the music industry. Right? Well, buckle up, Buttercup. Get comfortable. Get your drinks. Get your popcorn. Get your snacks. Get whatever you need to get comfortable because this is It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Let's do this. This is It's That Girl or It's Not That Girl. Now, I can't get this darn camera to stop being blurry for 1 second. But anyway, you can still see me. I can see you. And that's all that matters. And you can hear me clearly because I got the good mic. Okay? The Shure SMB7, honey. And it wasn't cheap. Anyway. I'm Payne 3.0, the artist, the musician, the entertainer. Not the content creator, not the YouTuber, and not the influencer. Okay? Now, those are great platforms and tools to build that brand business name, but most importantly, the reputation, but most importantly, the community. And hopefully you will become part of this community today by actually engaging. How do you do that? You hit the like button and you share people that you do know that like artist commentary, reaction, and reviews. And of course, to truly become a part of this channel here, you gotta, or this community here, you gotta do 3 things. Number 1, engage. How do you do that? You subscribe, you comment, notification bell, simple as pie, and cost you nothing, baby. But if you want to support me because you like me, my personality, whatever it is, my content, then you got to engage. Thank you so much. With that being said, let's roll right on into this thing. Timbo is nothing but a freaking, you want to talk about a genius in music? You want to talk about somebody who's really changed the game every single time, it seems? That's going to be Timbaland. Oh yes, before there was a Kanye ever mentioned for years, Timbaland was heating it up for years before Kanye West even stepped into the game, right? And became a little bit later on known as the genius. Okay, him and several others, like for example, Pharrell Williams, he's underrated. The way his ear is and for the beats he makes, like, oh my effing god, right? More artists today needs to utilize Pharrell Williams, and if Timbaland can somehow produce the way he used to produce, they need to utilize Timbaland for what his talents can really truly do. But anyway, so eventually things started to change. The 90s went by, the 2000s went by. Timbaland's still killing right? We getting our lives, the millennials were getting our lives, right? Timbaland's from Gen X. And then we enter the 2010s, and this is where things kind of get shaky for the innovation of producers that were in the game. They were still there, but they just weren't prominent. And by the 2020s, it just seemed to be over because there is no real major innovation. Nobody's really changing the game like that. And that death started really in the 2010s when a lot of things were regurgitated. People were borrowing from all the other decades of music, right? They were doing all of that. And by the 2020s, it was just like, where are the game-changing producers? Where's the artists to take risks? Ariana Grande is the last one I can really think that took like a big risk commercially with the album Sweetener and let Pharrell produce that album. My favorite album from her till this day, hands down, sonically. And it was just like, man, it's a shame the way that things are going. But anyway, Timbaland, you hear him mention every now and then. He have an interview, but his presence wasn't really being felt in the industry. His work, his frequency wasn't really being felt in the industry. Matter of fact, I believe because of the way the industry has been going, that it was being silenced and dumbed down. Because when's the last time, if you are of Generation Y, aka millennial, Zillennials also are included in this conversation too, because y'all are the late stage millennials. But when is the last time you've heard a Timbaland-like production the way that we know it? When have you heard a beat that pushes the envelope? When have you really heard Timbaland use the furthest corner reaches of his brain to create something that was future forward? I'll wait. You haven't. Oh, by the way, before we go on, if you're getting value from this video of any kind of information, my personality, my take on things of this whole situation, then please hit that like button. And if you're a returning person, might as well hit subscribe too. Quick, easy. I'll wait. Julio, how's that scampi? All right, let's get back into it. Now, why is this thing so blurry? Anyway, I'm probably about to turn it. Nah, leave it alone. It don't matter. You can hear me, okay? Anyway, so you're not really here many producers be great. A lot of things are more homogenized and whatnot. So Timbaland somehow still in the game trying to figure out, I guess, like, how he can make this work with the conditions he has to deal with, right? All of a sudden, out of nowhere, as I was just thinking about Timbaland and how much I missed his innovation, out of nowhere, producers left and right who have a YouTube channel started making videos on Timbaland and his AI situation and his artist named Tata that's not real. And I was just like, God darn, right? And not that there's anything wrong with him doing that, because it still take some skill, a learning curve to really learn how to use whatever this machine is going to be that he's going to be using. And, you know, here's the thing I'll say with this whole AI. It makes much more sense from a business perspective, because with actual human animal artists, you might get pushback, especially the younger they are, under 25. But there's problems with that because they're not fully developed. So you get any pushback, you got to pay in advance. There are liability. So there's so many more cons with human. So many. There's so many cons than pros with human animal artists than there is with AI, who to this day we don't really know like all the ins and outs and the kinks, but from the way that music production has been going and advancing and all the technology that I know of from being a recording artist myself in studios these days, yeah, it's going to go pretty darn well as far as how it works, in my opinion. But there's many more pros than there is cons with this. Only thing is that remember that guy with the braids, that fictional AI character that got a lot of flack from who actually played the person, you know. So the thing is that there still needs to be human ingenuity behind these particular things as of now. So the thing is that there's obviously going to be somebody's voice, you know, he's going to have to use. There was already a girl confirmed that he allegedly just kind of took over her voice without really like laying down what it was going to be for her and what she won't get any cut or paid from it to use. So there needs to be a voice they got to use from an actual human person, you know, and all of that. But also, as long as Timbaland puts his ingenuity into this and we can feel that it's actually like Timbaland, like from his creativity and his future forward, I don't really have a problem with it personally. It's just really at this point another tool to be used, because the technology in music has been rapidly changing over the decades, right? And as long as the AI needs somebody to man it, basically, well, then it's fine. It's great. It's good, right? And so depending on how Timbaland uses this, it's going to be what is up at the end of the day. And how people actually respond to it, which will give him the feedback he's going to need for whether this is a good idea or not, right? But anyway, with that being said, that's my opinion. Personally, when it comes to me, with the kind of like voice that I got and whatnot, I'm never worried about any machine being able to duplicate what I can do, right? Because I'm not some run of the mill type of artist. I'm not some run of the mill type of vocalist, right? So, not that it can't duplicate my voice, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm a smart cookie, and I'm coming from mine. Okay, so I don't sit here thinking about the AI takeover. I get up every day, and I get to work, and I put in work, and I get to work, because when the AI is going to be so overwhelming, the thing that people are using, people like me are going to be rare, because we're going to be really good at what we do, but it's coming from us. It's not coming from a machine. When we sing, it's coming from us, right? And if you think about, and what's rare has more value, okay? That's always the way it's been throughout history. What's rare has more value than something you can get every day. That's common, okay? People have been over abusing autotune, which I'm going to say is like one of the prominent uses of AI that rappers have abused over and over again. They're still doing it to this day, particularly Gen Z. And to me, it's grating, because number one, some of y'all overdo it. Number two, I can't hear the human person. I can't make a connection. For me, it's never going to be about just a vibe. To me, I need to make a connection with you in the song, or else it's going to be dead on arrival for me. And I am an older, sophisticated brain. If I was younger, the older you guys will get, the more you'll disconnect from those songs that you could not connect with, that you could not feel something from, really, besides just the vibe, just the beats. Okay. You won't feel the beat, the producer, but you're not gonna feel the artist, because you don't even know who the artist really is. You see them, you see the image of the artist, right? You go to their concerts or whatever, but these artists are giving you computerized, and when they're on that stage, they're giving you complete mediocrities. Okay? A lot of these artists are not going to hold on to from the current generation of artists. Many of these artists, they're flashes in the pan, right? They're not going to be legends and icons and longevity, right? And that's what we're in the danger of, losing that particular culture and special ness when it comes to the arts and music, at least in the recording industry. You'll have it maintained from other areas of the arts and music, like your Broadways and your musicals and your choruses. Hopefully those are still going on and all that stuff. But the recording industry is tanking itself in a lot of ways, right? And so we just need to bring the human element back into the fold and not push it to the background, because we're trying to push this AI thing to the front and make it the thing, right? Anyway, I am technology forward, but only if it's not going to threaten true human ingenuity. I'm always going to be using this. I don't have no scripts. I don't ask ChatGPT what subject should I write about. I don't ask ChatGPT. I don't even use ChatGPT right now. It comes from all up in here. I want this to be constantly working. Okay? Because you don't use this, you don't exercise this every day, a lot of bad things start to happen. And that's what they want. They want you to think less so they can control you more out there. But they can't have me. Well, this has been Peyton 3.0, the artist, the musician, the entertainer, not the content creator, not the YouTuber, not the influencer. Also known as Work Lena, the workhorse, the Audacity Queen, Queen Millennial, the Technology Queen, and I think that's it. I think that is it. Anyway, if you got your life at all today, you know what to do. Hit that like button and share people that you know that like artist commentary, reaction, and reviews. And of course, to truly become a part of this community here, you have to do a couple things. Number one, actually engage. Okay? Ooh, I know radical, right? For a lot of you. Ooh, I'm so busy. I'm so ADHD. Focus. Actually engage. So you got to subscribe. You got to notification bell if you haven't done it already. If you haven't done it already. And you have to comment. Okay? We're trying to build a real community here. Let's make it happen. Now, shout out to the couple of people who have been commenting and doing the job and frequently commenting, and thank you so much. You've been incredible to me. You've been incredible. Because it was a time where it was like tumbleweeds. Okay, just blowing by, but I didn't care. I knew that it was going to work out. I knew if I kept going, it just there was signs that were being sent to me. Keep going. Keep going. There was little signs and rewards. Keep going. Okay? So I'm glad to be where I'm at now. But just imagine in the next few months where I could be then. Okay? So I don't take any of you for granted. I love talking back to you and conversating back when you actually talk about the subject in the video and all of that. Thank you. Anyway, now the rest of you get yourself together, especially you returning viewers. Anyway, you've been here to the end. Thank you so much. Now, if you're returning, you know what's coming. But if you're new, I told you I was an artist, musician, entertainer, right? Well, let's go ahead and prove that right now. Check this. Check me. Check this. Check this. See, I see you haters walking down the streets. Be talking because y'all be jealous of me. But you motherfuckers showing up at my show. Oh, heck no, you y'all got to go. Now, you wish you could be walking in my shoes. And if you did, you suckers still gonna lose. See, I was born to be the king with success. And now you hating cause you know who the best. And now, the song.
I know you're out there looking for a stress reliever.
You're looking for a stress reliever out there.
Drugs, the alcohol,
here we go.
But let me tell you what you need to do. Here we go. Blood pressure, you worked all day like the messenger. Work so hard that the bills are high. All you do is cry me a freaking try. Punch that clock every freaking day. Still on your money, you got to pay. Fuck that shit, man, you need relief. But you got this grief for the fucking cheap. Some take care of the freaking kids. Munch your plate for your freaking lid. Stress too much, always in no rush. You need to brush, you're feeling flush. What is it that you're gonna do? Gonna have some relief in you. Time to get out with the music plays every freaking day. All I gotta say is jump, turn that music loud. I wanna see no hands in the crowd. You gotta get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up. Lose your mind to the beat. Shake it up, keep moving your feet. You gotta get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up, get it turned up. Get the stress.
And that is all I will be giving you, okay? Anyway, if you want to hear that song in its entirety, then comment in the comment section. You ready? Let me hear that song. And I most certainly will, absolutely for free. Watch me. Watch me. Yeah. Watch me. Watch me whip. Nay, nay. Whip, whip. Nay, nay. Whip. Nay, nay. Whip, whip. Nay, nay. Watch me. Watch me, watch me, watch me. Watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me. Watch me whip, nay, nay. Whip, whip, nay, nay. Watch me whip, nay, nay. Whip, nay, nay. Watch me, watch me. Watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me whip, nay, nay, whip, whip, nay, nay, watch me whip, nay, nay, whip, whip, nay, nay, watch me, watch me, watch me. Watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, watch me, whip. I want to thank you so much for being here today. I can't believe you're still here. Okay, most people have packed their bags up and left. All right? Because it's all about them. Me and Timbaland, me and Timbaland would like to say thank you, okay, for being here till the very, very end. You are a real one. Let's grab coffee in real life sometime, okay? When you come to Vegas. And continue to hang out with me today. I will be honored. Go ahead and click the video that's going to appear on the screen at any moment, and I'll meet you over there. Bye-bye.